of this format, we say that the relation has multi-value dependency, right? So now, due to this multi-valued dependency, additional records are also created. So what are the additional records created in this relation? So the table is visible, right? The
Yes, sir,
student
it's
table.
visible.
So what are the additional records that are being created due to multi-value dependency? Right. So for example, student 21, he studies a course computer and he also studies a course max. He has a hobby like dancing and singing. So for a single attribute, you have multi-valued dependency. For a single value of A, you have multiple values of B, and single value of A, you have multiple values of C, right? So, so what happens is that here additional records will have to be generated, right? So for example, what are the other additional records that can be generated for student ID 21? So 21 computer singing, right? So you can due to multi-value dependency, some more records will also be generated. Similarly, 21 max dancing, right? So it's a valid record, right? So so additional records are generated, right? So if you look into the table, the given student is in 3 and a third normal form, but the course and hobby are the two independent entity. Hence, there is no relationship. Hence, there is no relationship between the course and the hobby of a student, right? So, in the student relation, a student with 21 contains two courses, computer and max, and two hobbies, dancing and singing. So there is a multi-value dependency on student ID, which leads to unnecessary repetition of data, right? So due to this multi-value dependency, some additional records are created like 21 computer singing, 21 max dancing, and so on. So to make the above table into 4NF, we decompose it into two tables. So we are going to decompose it into two tables: student course and student hobby, right? So this is the way you are going to avoid multi-valued dependency, right? So this is, so by using the fourth normal form, you'll be able to eliminate multi-valued dependency in a relation. So hope you can follow this topic, right? So in
Yes,
second
sir.
normal,
Yes, sir.
in second
Yes, sir.
normal form, there should not be any partial dependency. In third normal form, there should not be any transitive dependency. And in fourth normal form, the idea is that, to be crisp, the idea is that in fourth normal form, there should not be any multi-valued dependency, right? So your relation is said to be in fourth normal form if it conforms to third normal form or BCNF, and it does not have any multi-valued dependency, right? So that's the simple definition for NF. Here, there exists multi-value dependency between the attributes student ID and course. Similarly, there exists multi-valued dependency between the attribute student ID and the hobby, right? So if you look into this table, so for a relation to be in 4NF, there should be at least three attributes. And due to this multi-valued dependency, some additional records will also be created, right? So for example, consider a student 21 is studying a course computer and mathematics, and his hobbies are dancing and singing, right? So due to multi-valued dependency, we'll have some additional records like 21 computer singing and 21 max dancing and so on, right? So there are multi-valued due to multi-valued dependency, some additional records have to be created, right? So again, there is no relationship between the attributes course and the hobby, right? So to make it meet the requirements of 4NF, we are going to decompose the relation student relation into two tables, right? So there exists multi-value dependency between student ID and course, student ID and hobby. So we are going to decompose it into two tables, student ID and course, with attributes student ID and course and student ID and hobby. And we say that it meets the requirements of 4NF, right?